Shots ATL is an amazing 360 photo booth and event photography company that knows how to capture memories like nobody else. Their 360 photo booths are sleek and totally customizable with props and backdrops that'll have your guests flexing for the cameras. And check this out, y'all. They have a social media sharing feature that lets everyone show off their pictures and keep those memories alive long after the party is over. Pop Shots ATL takes exceptional care of their customers and pays attention to every little detail. So if you're looking to add some serious fun and unforgettable vibes to your event, Pop Shots ATL is the perfect choice. For more information, visit popshotsatl.com. That's POPSHOTSATL.com.
Hello, and welcome to episode 19 of Let's Talk About It. I'm your girl, the DiDi Skky, DiDi Skky. So glad that you are with us tonight. We have an amazing, smoking hot, no pun intended, show for you tonight. But of course, I couldn't get started without my co-host, my sidekick. I call him the man behind the meme. Give it up for the voice of God, Mayo.
DiDi.
Yes.
DiDi, you tell me, man. What's going on, man? You don't sit down at all, do you? You don't sit still. You don't calm down a little bit every time. Let me help you out. DiDi, let me help you out for the viewers who can see us and for the radio audience that cannot see us. DiDi, every time I turn this show on, DiDi got a different background, which indicates that DiDi is not at home once again. DiDi, where the hell are you at?
I'm out here in these streets. The holidays are coming. I have to make this paper.
Okay. I ain't mad at you, DiDi. No further questions. Well, it's good to see you.
It is good to see you too. How has your week been? A lot has been happening in the entertainment world. We're going to talk about that. But how has your week been since we spoke last?
Oh, DiDi, my week has been kind of crazy. Last time I said I was still on that heating pad, man. Things have not looking up as far as that, man. My back is just sucky. But I'm in good spirits, DiDi. I'm good spirits. Otherwise,
yes, you
how's
are.
your week been?
Do you need me to do the George Jefferson on your back? I can stand,
I can't. I just need a new back. That's what I need. I need a new back. I'm too young to be having all these back
away. Throw the whole back away.
Throw the whole back away, DiDi. Oh my Lord.
Oh, listen, guys. Before we get into this entertainment tea, we have something special for you tonight. So if you are watching right now on Facebook, you need to share this live stream. Share this live stream right now. Share the live stream and then put in the comment that you shared. Let us know that you shared this live stream. We're giving away $100 for the holidays. So $100. Between this show, yeah,
$100? God damn.
It is. That's why I'm out here making this money. So we can give
Okay. So we giving away $100. I ain't mad at that.
Yes, we're going to give away $100 gift card. So we're going to select a winner. You want to be in this drawing, guys. So I'm telling you how you can win. Go ahead now, right now, and share this live stream on your Facebook page. Share it live. Let everyone know. Call your friends, call your family, tell them to hop on in because they don't want to miss this show. Okay. Once you do that, let us know by saying in the comment that you shared, because we're going to go and take a look at it, make sure. Now, a bonus to that, would be to make sure that you subscribe and that your friends and family subscribe as well, because we're going to check that too. But we're going to select the winner on next week, because guess what, guys? Next week's show is our 20th episode. I can't believe it.
Oh my God, DiDi, how in the heck did that happen?
Episode. Yes, boom. And so we're going to do something special for you guys for watching, for all of your support. And then we're going into the holidays. So we're going to take our break and come back to you guys fresh and renewed. So go ahead right now and share this live on Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on my Facebook, Major's Facebook, or Miss Novelty's page, share it right now. Okay? Share it.
Oh yeah.
Share it. Let everybody know. Woo! So let's get into this hot tea, Major. A lot has happened. I actually had the opportunity to go check out Renaissance, Beyonce's movie about her recent tour, and it was actually pretty good. Now it was long as hell.
Is it just like it's just a concert though, isn't it? Isn't it like a concert?
It's a documentary. It's a documentary of the concert, right? And it gives us that behind the scene, because you know that Beyonce and Jay are very private in their life, you know. And so what this does is gives us an insight of what goes into her putting on a production of this magnitude, all the work. There are a couple of things now. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it and you want to go see it, I'm about to give you some of the tea. So spoiler alert, don't be mad. Okay, don't get upset. A couple of things that I pointed out. One, which I absolutely love, it humanizes Beyonce. It lets us know that she is absolutely human. Like we know that, but you know, people in the Beehive, I believe, you know, they just think that she's just this super goddess or whatever, and that's absolutely fine.
I mean, real life. Can any of y'all imagine Beyonce on the toilet taking a dump? I mean, real, no, not a joke, not as a joke, dead serious. I couldn't picture Michael Jackson doing it. I could not picture Michael Jackson sitting on the toilet. I really cannot picture Beyonce taking a number 2. I just don't think it happens. I think there's something special that we don't know about that people like Beyonce get to encounter when that needs to come out. Yeah,
you're so crazy. Oh my gosh. But yes, and then the work behind it. The other part of that is that she's Black and she's female. Let's just be real clear about that. And the challenges that we face are across the board. And she let us know. She tells us, and she says it in the show, like, I experience challenges where people test my knowledge about things that I know that I want. And I have to fight for the things that I want. So you think you Beyonce, okay, a billionaire artist and entertainer. You would think that she would say what she wants and she gets it immediately. No, she's like, no, it's a fight for everything that I want.
I don't believe none of that.
Yeah. I mean, and there are parts where, you know, she's being challenged because she's like, I want a 200,000 foot screen or whatever. And the guy's like, well, no, it comes in a 10. And she's like, no, I've researched it and I know it comes in a 200. So, but yeah, so I love that. I love that part. I love that about her. But what was noticeable to me was the absence of Solange. Now she pays homage and talks about former Destiny Child members who actually went to her Houston show. And so she says how therapeutic them all coming together, how that was for them. She talks about that. She, of course, talks about Kelly. She shouts out her mom and dad, her family, but she does not shout out Solange. There's a picture of Solange and there's a video of them as kids. But there's no specific mention of her sister Solange, which I thought was interesting. But other than that, it's good. It's good. It's just long.
I forgot she had a sister. Beyonce has a sister?
You know what?
I'm sorry, my apologies. No, I'm dead serious. I should have done more of my research before the podcast started today.
Oh, don't do Solange like
so
that.
Sorry about that.
Cranes in the Sky. I actually I really like Solange's music. She hasn't put anything out in a while, but I really like her music. Nonetheless, moving on. So we've also had several Hollywood breakups. Major, baby, it's the holidays. It's cuffing season, as they say, and people are breaking up. I'm like,
this is the season where you break up. You got to break up during this season, and then you get back together like right after Valentine's Day and save. I'm being serious. This is how you do it. No, for real. For all of you bachelors that know you got a side piece, so you know when your side piece if he or she disappear around this time of year, and then like around February 15th, 16th, February, like I want to work things out. Just want you to know. Anyway, DiDi, what else is happening with the breakups?
I thought it was the opposite way. I thought the winter time was cuffing season. That's when you really want to try to stay in your relationships. And
you gotta stay in your real relationship during the winter. In your real relationship, you stay in your real relationship in the winter time. Yeah, you gotta buckle down.
If you get broke up with,
you gotta buckle down in your real relationship.
If you get, so what you're saying is, if you get broken up with during the holidays, it's because you a side piece. Is that what you're 100%,
saying? 100%, DiDi, 100%. Moving on,
y'all.
So who else is
what
breaking
y'all
up in
think
the
about this?
season?
Please, that's what you're here for. We want you to engage and comment on this conversation. But nonetheless, the side pieces you getting broke up with during the holidays because he don't have time. He don't have enough arms to stretch. He can't be with the family over here, and then also get the kids and the wife and everybody gifts, and then get you a gift. So beware that he may circle back around after the Christmas holidays around Valentine's. Is that what you're saying, Major?
And gonna let him come on back in too, because you ain't got nobody.
But you know what? I'm moving on. I'm about to tell the story.
They're gonna cancel me. They're gonna cancel the hell out of me before Christmas, and I really don't want that.
Listen, so Deion Sanders, the coach of the Colorado College, University of Colorado, and his longtime girlfriend, Tracy Edmonds, longtime fiance. I think they at least made it to engagement status. They have called it quits after over multiple decades. They were together, and so Deion, and surprisingly, Deion and Tracy have broken up, and I really appreciated their relationship. But you know what?
Oh, you're talking about that statement that
them darn reality shows. I think reality shows are killer.
They put a statement out too together, like, "Oh, he was the greatest ever," and then she was like, "He was like, yeah, she was the greatest ever. We just mutually couldn't do it no more."
Mm-hmm. Right.
They got some good PR reps, man. You got to get you somebody like that. If you're gonna be in the public eye and you're gonna break up, you're gonna have to break up like that.
Yeah, well,
that's how I'm gonna break up, DiDi. That is how I'm gonna break up. When it comes to
break up,
that's how I'm gonna break up in the public eye, DiDi. I'm gonna break up with a publicist.
I'm gonna be your publicist, and I'm just gonna put the statement out. They don't go together no more.
All right, DiDi, I'm cutting up. Let me calm down some on the podcast.
You are tripping. Okay, and so the tea on the street is that Deion has already moved on.
And why the hell not? I'm saying if you listen, it's too cold out there, DiDi. If you can't be with the one you with, be with the one you can be with while you can be with them. That's all I'm saying.
So
she's not bad looking. She's not bad looking, DiDi.
No, she's beautiful. She's beautiful. Apparently, he's been dating this model, and she has, a background from what I've researched. So she's a model and a businesswoman. Let me find her name. Why don't I see
what kind of business? I don't like how you said background. Let me be honest with you. I don't appreciate how you said background. So what's the background? She went to prison. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with a little. Okay, that's kind of attractive to me.
Right? Yeah, she went to prison. She did some prison time. When she was younger. It doesn't say what the crime was that was that she was guilty of. I'm assuming that it was drugs, but I'm not sure. Her and her mom were caught up in that, and she says that she was in a family of that life. But yeah, she's done some time, but now she is a business mogul and she's doing her thing. So shouts out to Deion, who's already picked up and moved on. I just think it's early, but that's just my personal opinion. I don't know.
Man, that's wild.
I don't know. Nonetheless, moving on to more breakups. Cardi B and Offset. Now I'm upset about that. I'm in my feelings.
That's crazy. Now that's I really
like their pairing. Cardi B
Yeah,
and her husband of many years. They have 2 kids. Have called it quits. I believe that they're going to eventually get back together. That's what I'm
I
hoping.
believe. Who broke up with who, DiDi? Do you know who broke up with who in that scenario? Because she gonna be like Tia Mowry. Isn't Tia Mowry crawling back now? And which one is it? The one that's crawling back? Tia or
Tia
Tamira?
Mowry?
One of them. The one of
Oh.
them that just got, they crawling back. So that's gonna be the scenario shortly. I can
That's
just
what
tell
you
you,
think.
man.
She'll be crawling back to him.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be that way. Yeah, he's Offset.
Yeah. We'll see. And she's Cardi B.
Yeah.
She's doing her thing, but I really don't. I love. So I really like to see people together. It's nothing out there in them streets. No. Stay home.
She said
Focus. Tia. So Rachel said that it's Tia that's trying to get back with her man. So shouts out to Rachel for being here. Who else do we have in the house? We have yours truly. April is here. Shouts out to you. Again, guys, remember, if you are watching, and someone actually said that they're watching on YouTube, but they went on their other device, shared it on their live on Facebook to ensure that they are put in this drawing for this $100. And our last entertainment news is DiDi. He's continuing to catch all the smoke. DiDi is, they, again, as I said, when the Cassie lawsuit came out, I knew Pandora's box was going to open, and the floodgates are opening up on him right now. All of his partnerships and endorsements, they're pulling away. Diageo, who is the home of his De Leon tequila and Ciroc, they're trying to part ways with him. He's now stepped down from Revolt. And there's just more allegations that's continuing to drop in his sexual assault cases. And my question is, no, there's nobody coming to his defense. Like, no, as a matter of fact, former security guards, former staff, they're coming out and some of them are even, confirming these cases. No one is stepping up and saying, this is
yeah. Hey,
I know.
Look, it is what it is, man. He got to come up. I'm about to make an allegation. Shit, if everybody gonna get paid, I'm about to die. He touched me. And that's all I know. Anyway, DiDi,
you ain't getting no
money. You don't know. You don't know what I'll get. You don't know.
Major. You are not getting any money. You're gonna file a complaint on DiDi.
I'm gonna file. Enough is enough. This is what DiDi had to say. For
That's
the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me and by individuals looking for a quick payday, like myself, because I will make an allegation, look for a quick payday. I'm not gonna even hold DiDi. And then it goes on to say, let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. And I'm gonna tell you what he didn't do, DiDi. He might fight, but he did not get a publicist. He wrote this himself when he was off that Ciroc. Now, I'm gonna be honest, DiDi. This is what you do when you're guilty. You do stuff like this, and you shouldn't. He should have wrote this. He shouldn't have wrote this. He should have consulted, but he didn't consult. Anyway, that's not my business. It's not my business.
Aubrey Day from Danity Kane, from his former girl group, said that was classic R. Kelly. She said that statement was word for word, verbatim R. Kelly. And I must say this before we go ahead and move on. I'm concerned, baby. Lord, if we mute DiDi, oh boy, it's just gonna be a lot of songs. Just just get it together, Lord. People, I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is that our guest tonight is smoking hot, literally. So according to a 2017 U.S. government study, about 2% of American adult females smoke cigars. Notable stogie smokers include, now, did you know this? I'm getting ready to school you. And then my guest who's going to come in on tonight, get your books out, get your notebooks, and take notes, because she's getting ready to take y'all to school. in this thing. Notable smokers, cigar smokers are Jennifer Lopez, Shakira, Rihanna, Beyonce, Madonna, and many, many more. So our guest tonight has blazed her own trail and is lighting up the cigar culture with her beauty, style, and grace. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show my girl, Miss Novelty. Hey. Hello there, Miss Novelty. How are you?
Listen, I'm just glad to be here.
I'm so glad to have you.
Thank you.
You look beautiful. We're going to get into your style and your beauty, your grace, and all of those things. But what I would like for you to do is just educate our viewers on who you are and how you got involved in this cigar culture.
Well, like I said, thank you for having me, DiDi. And Major, we're going to go back to that little conversation you had before about the side piece and the wintertime and all of that. We're going to go back to that after the show. Say about that.
Oh, boy. Well, I definitely want to hear.
I love it.
That was great. Sandra Mayo, aka Miss Novelty. I got into cigars, the cigar game, about 15 years ago. I was working with my brother-in-law, who was a general contractor at the time, and he built houses for individuals, built subdivisions. And once he would acquire the property, he would go to the cigar lounge to kind of like celebrate, because, back then, trying to get money to do, major projects was major. And it was a very long and hard process. So once he was able to get through that process, break through those doors, he would go out and celebrate. And I would go with him, and he would celebrate at cigar lounges. And the first thing, I was just sitting over in a corner and just like, oh God, the smoke. But when I saw my brother-in-law he didn't know a stranger. When I saw how my brother-in-law interacted with these individuals that he did not know, all colors, genre, just different people, he started formulating deals within the cigar lounge. And he was like, Sam, come on over. I want you to talk to this person, that person. And that became a ritual. Like he conducted so many conferences, meetings in the cigar lounge. He started doing that once he got familiar with how the cigar brings people together. And I'm looking to see, like, this little thing right here, this stick,
right,
is the common denominator. It doesn't care. It doesn't care what color you are. It doesn't care what gender you are. It does not care. When you sit down and talk about this stick, then it moves into other avenues. So it opened up a new platform for networking for me, because I don't meet any strangers as well. So I started cigars. Now, I didn't become really interested in learning about cigars until a friend of mine about 6 years ago introduced me to the cigar culture. And that's where the education and knowledge came, because I was with her and I saw how she would get challenged by men and what she knew and how she knew when smoking, how they came up to her as she was smoking a cigar and the different connotations. So that interested me, being a behavioral health expert, understanding how the mind works. I just saw all this interaction and I'm like, ooh, I know how men think. So if I'm going to conduct a deal, well, why not do it in the cigar lounge? Where they're comfortable. So that just kind of morphed into just diving deeper and deeper into the culture and learning about it. And it afforded me to go to all of these different places, domestic and international, to meet different individuals, understand different cultures of the cigar, and understand people even more so. So that's a kind of a mini, elevator pitch version of what got me into the cigar culture. But what got me into the cigar game was I was at a point in my life where I was working with my mom, and I built her company up to a multi-million-dollar company. I work hard. Hard. Not only my mother, I started out in the music industry. I was a personal assistant for an underground rapper. I toured, the world with him for about 6 years. Again, understanding people, all of that stuff came back to my remembrance just as I went through that period in my life. And I was depressed, and I didn't know I was depressed. And I was talking to my daughter lived in LA at the time, and I'm gonna get back to that as far as the mental health aspect is concerned. My daughter lived in LA at the time, and I was talking to her. Maybe I sounded crazy to her, but a couple days later, I was laying in my bed, and I hear my door open, and I thought it was my dad because he does the most. But my daughter was standing at the top of the steps, like, "Mom, I'm here." I just bursted out crying. Because, again, I didn't know that I was depressed. I didn't know that I didn't know, even though I speak to people about that all day, but experiencing is something different. And I'm gonna get back to that as well. So she and I, we went out to dinner, and she came back from dinner and sat in the driveway. And I was like, okay, my sister that lives in Oregon at the time was opening up a hair salon. And because her children are interracial, and she was like, I have to drive, an hour each way to get my girl's hair done because there are no hairstylists in Portland, Oregon. So she was going to open up one, and then she was going to franchise. She had all this master plan. I was telling my daughter, I'm going to go and run her business and, get her started. And my daughter was like, why are you going to do that? Why are you going to do that? I said, because, it's easy. You could do that with your eyes closed. Why don't you do that for yourself? What is it that you like? I said, well, I like cigars. I like smoking cigars. I like going to the cigar lounge. She said, so why don't you open a cigar lounge? I was like,
wow.
Okay. She said, well, that's what we're going to do. You've made all these people all this money. Now it's time for you to do it. I'm not proud. I'm your only child, and I'm out. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm running and carrying on. I said, okay. As I wipe my tears away, and I'm like sitting up in the car, I was like, okay. She said, well, what do you want to call it? I said, I don't know. I want it to be different because I'm different. I want to bring the spark to it. Bring my knowledge of the music industry or my love for music. I want to be a novice. She said, well, Novelty.
Novelty. Wow. All of that came into the conversation.
Yes.
Name and everything.
Novelty. And I was like, I like that. And she said, and because my daughter, she was a personal assistant for one of those actors up in LA, she said she has access to all of these different people. So she said, okay, give me a minute. She said, think about that. Think about what you want to do. Think about how you want to start it. And let's get started. In 5 minutes, she said, okay, here's your logo. She had sent the information to one of her people in LA.
Wow.
And sent back the logo. She said, here's your logo. We're going to go tomorrow, and we're going to get you, we're going to start your business tomorrow. And that's the the 10-minute elevator speech of how I got started. And
how you got started.
Yeah.
Wow. What a beautiful thing to have, and particularly your daughter to speak that life into you, and then for you to then birth the novelty experience and Miss Novelty from that. That definitely gives me goosebumps because people speaking life into our dead situations that we think are dead situations. It says something just about the man above and how he moves. So you said something that was interesting in regards to that stick not having, it doesn't have a color barrier. It doesn't care about sex or, any of those things. But I find it interesting that over the past, maybe decade, I felt like there's been like an influx of our culture of the Black experience, whether female or male, really, pouring into the cigar industry. I'm from South Florida, Miami, Fort Lauderdale area. And that's huge, you know, cigars and cigar lounges and, you know, Cuban cigars. That's big in Miami in the Latin community. But you see it, like you said, now you see it so widespread in so many other cultures. And I find it interesting that you said that business deals are made in cigar lounges or just smoking a stick. And I compare that to the golfing experience.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. People tend to let down their guards when they're doing something that they love. And so with them doing that, they're comfortable with talking to you. So it's kind of like instant trust because you have a mutual friend.
Right.
And you're able to talk to that person, not that business person, but that person who,
Absolutely.
And again, that's where the mental health comes in, because I literally see the
right.
That birth, that's the premise behind the Miss Novelty experience. And you can ask me questions about that, or I can go on into it, because it gives me so much joy when I'm able to see that decompression in people, because you never know what people are going through. You never know what people are going through. And I use the example that I had with my daughter about she didn't know, but she felt it. When I'm out doing what I do, I feel it. Because I understand people, understand movements, I understand how they operate, understand emotions. That's how I know how to approach them when I'm standing behind my table or I'm at an event. And I have not missed yet. I haven't missed.
Right. And so let's break up the experience. Let's first talk about Miss Novelty as an, you know, ambassador, as a face of the cigar industry, a female face. You said it first, like what I was thinking and what I think when I go, because I'm not a smoker, but my guy is a smoker. I have family members who smoke, so I'll go to a cigar lounge every now and then. I don't know how to inhale. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. So people say I'm usually just wasting it. I'm not good at it, but I'm always typically like, well, I don't want to go in there until it's almost time for me to get my hair washed. Because I'm thinking about the smoke, like I'm just gonna be smelling smoky the whole time. Like what? So let's speak to, you know, the very freshman folks like myself who aren't into this industry. When you say that it's a relief, it gives you there is a sense of peace when you smoke. What are the benefits when you just feel like you just need to go and relax and you say, I'm going to go to a lounge, or I just want to smoke a stogie in my backyard? What are some of the benefits of that? What do you feel?
So the reason why individuals want to go to a cigar lounge is because individuals, they check their titles at the door. Everyone is equal. So you don't know if you're talking to a doctor. You don't know if you're talking to a scientist. You don't know if you're talking to a battered wife. You don't know if you're talking to an individual that's business is about to go down the toilet. You do not know. The common denominator, as I said before, is the stick. The advantage of going to the cigar lounge, again, is that's what it's known for. That's what it's for. In our culture, because we are the ones that birthed it, we're the ones that harvested it back in the day. We did all of that. My job is to bring that back into our community. That's it. Cigars are a $26.4 billion a year industry. And I want to, we need that back. We need that back. So just to answer your question, what that looks like, again, it's the ability for individuals to come in through the side door to create generational wealth. How do you create generational wealth, Miss Novelty, by going into a cigar lounge? Well, it first starts with going. The second part, it starts with relaxing, which is what you're going to do. And the third part is being kind and communicating with people. Now, you say, I want to go to a cigar lounge and I just don't want to do anything. The stick forces you to communicate. So it takes you out of your own way, and it forces you to communicate. Even if it's just, hello, what are you smoking? What are you smoking? How does that taste?
Starts with a conversation. Yeah.
The conversation. And again, if it's a banker and you're trying to get a loan, you're talking to that person. You're talking to that person. You're not talking to a banker. So with business, it's about relationships, right?
It is.
Relationships. So if you talk to this person, they get to know you, and then 2 weeks later, you go inside a bank and try to get a loan, and you get that person. 9 times out of 10, they're going to work with you.
Right.
If again, you're honest, you know how to talk to people, and you know how to communicate effectively. And that's what I teach. That's what I teach my team. You have to be able to communicate. You have to be able to read the room in 5 seconds. And that's what makes a good person, great. And those are some of the advantages of going into a cigar lounge. That's my, I get adrenaline rush when I go into a cigar lounge, because I already know that something's going to happen, because I know me, period.
Yes. Brandon Hill says, big facts, establish those great relationships with people. And yes, I absolutely, you and I met here in Atlanta at the Cigar Lounge. Cigar Lounge. It's a perfect networking opportunity. There is a lot of networking there. There's a lot of events. And what has happened as well is that the cigar has paired with golf and has paired with liquor brands and spirit brands. And so it's just a perfect combination. It's paired with fashion, all of those things that you are involved in, and you're going and making it known, making your presence known, making the experience known. Tell us about that in terms of what you're doing and how you're going out with the novelty experience at these events, the golf tournaments, the fashion shows. What are you doing with the novelty experience on that level?
So what I do is, first of all, I realize and I understand what my assignment is. So every time I go out, the objective in my mind is to bring people together, to be an example to my team, to be kind to whomever is behind the mask. Because if I take the mask down, if I get the mask to come down, they're going to buy a lot of cigars. I already know that.
Right.
And also making money. That's the idea behind it, making money. And how I do that is, again, effective communication. Effective communication. Reading the room, okay? And I tell my team, and this is what Sandra means giving. And I've given to a fault. And I've learned how to give where it's effective and where it's beneficial for me first, because you have to be selfish. You have to be selfish. So when I was doing this by myself first, I said, has to be an experience. And that's one of the things I told my daughter when we were sitting in that car in October 2019. I said, it has to be an experience. I know what I like. You know what I mean? I'm high fashion. I'm luxury. I like fine dining. I like nice clothes. And up there is the premium cigars. Now, I'm going to meet people wherever they are. I'm going to meet people wherever they are. I don't care if I have a diamond ring with 17 carats in it, and this person over here has some holes in their shoes. I'm going to treat them exactly like a VIP. I don't care who you are. And that's my form of giving. The Miss Novelty experience is to give individuals an experience. Cigars are just a bonus. So having it was hot outside during the summer. I froze about 300 rags, bathcloths, and I gave those out during my event that I had outside. I have my novelettes, which we're going to talk about them. I love them, and Novelty King.
Yes.
My girls to go around in a silver tray and hand out the bathcloths to the men first. And then the men, they're going to take it because they're going to put, there's my ladies, they're going to put their bath on their heads, and then the women are going to want it. And I have my ladies to say, okay, would you like a bath cloth? To the women, right? To the women. Also etiquette when you're selling cigars. If a woman comes to your table and she's with her husband, you know that immediately that the husband typically is the one that's going to purchase the cigars. Okay, well, you don't talk to the husband. You know, until she gives you that mental eye contact that you could talk to my husband, then you can do that. You know, that gives the woman, that tears her wall down. And Major, we can talk about that too. You may disagree with me on that, but we can talk about that.
No, actually, when I tell you after my heart right now.
It's order.
Boy, I love what you're talking about.
Preach and teach.
See, this what these young little tenders out here need to understand, man. They think they can just go willy-nilly and the waitress can come over and tap on my shoulder, getting me caught up. I don't know you. I don't know you.
You cannot do that. You can't do that. Hey, listen, I'm not tooting my own horn, but you know, I'm good on that.
It's not even about insecurity. It's just like it's respect.
Like you said, respect. Right.
It's boundaries.
Treat people the way you want to be treated. I'm out with my man. I need you to look at me first, and I'm gonna give you the sister thing to say, okay, now you can talk to my man, but you got to make me first. So these are things that I teach I'm a PK skid, by the way. You know, so I'm in this world, but I'm not of it. So I incorporate. Major, don't get me started because I can't. A minute, but I'm not of it. So it's a part of my assignment. Again, the cigars is just a bonus. My assignment is to bring people places together. Period. Money, the bookings, and all of that other stuff will fall in line. If you do that, you have to be kind to people. And again, those little etiquette moments, how to hold the cigar, how to greet someone who has never smoked a cigar. You know, cigar enthusiast or a beginner cigar. Women 10 years ago, on the scale of as far as the financial impact in the cigar community, 10 years ago, it was Caucasian men, Caucasian women, African-American men, and then African-American women. Today is Caucasian men, brown women.
What?
Men are right there, African-American men, and then Caucasian women. Okay?
Wow.
Brown women. Wow. In our culture, we are the fastest growing genre within the culture. Now we're talking about $26.4 billion a year. Okay. Brown women, this is how much money we put into cigars. So why not make an experience while we're moving up? Why not do that? Why not do that? And why not share out? I told you, DiDi, like the majority of my accessories are African-American female. They things. Okay. My hashtag is I'm not, and I tell my team, I'm not going to be the only ones on the yacht popping bottles. You're going to buy a bottle, you're going to buy a bottle, and you're going to buy a bottle. We are coming up the ladder together. And I'm going to show you how to do that, how to create generational wealth. So with everything that we're talking about, the cigars is just a bonus. The cigars are just a bonus. So I tell my mother, you know, and it's not easy. It's not easy. I work hard.
When you say it's not easy, what have been some of the challenges that you faced as an African American woman in this industry that has historically been very male dominated, and you are absolutely killing the game? So what were those challenges, and what kind of are your challenges right now in this industry?
Learning how to muzzle my mouth. And listen.
Okay.
And watch. The reason why I say that is because, and a mother will always tell me, even when you're right, sometimes you still can't say anything. And that was the hardest thing for me to do. So when I'm out, at the beginning, it was very, very hard because I'm going to use the word hated on. I was hated on because, oh, you're a newbie. And I was one of the first individuals within the cigar culture to come out with videos, displaying my cigars. And if you look at my page, I don't do a lot of talking. I don't do a lot of talking. Actions speak louder than words. And that goes along with your relationships too. Action speaks louder than words. Don't get me started about male and female. Major, we really got to talk because you said something.
Hey, one of us are going to get the other one in trouble. I
And I think it's going to be you.
I understand it. I was hated on by brown women. I was hated on by Caucasian women. I was hated on by men. And I'm like, what? I stay in my lane. My hashtag is, I'm humbly coming. I'm dominating humbly. And I got that trademark too.
Right.
Because I'm in this world, I'm not of it. And my foundation is such, I was guarded. I have people praying for me. So and I can define hate. I had to bring attorneys to the table because the same individual that introduced me to the cigar community is the same individual that stalked me for 8 months.
Wow. Well, you know what they say? They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. The backstabbers.
I understand. So I looking up when I'm in New Jersey, I see her over there. 2 weeks later, I'm in Atlanta. She's over there standing in the corner.
Oh, you had a female stalker.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, that's scary. That's worse.
So mad
that
I had propelled because of how I do what I do. She was so mad. And I had a reputation. So I couldn't even, again, that's where it comes in. Even if I was right, timing, you just can't. You just can't. I've got my daughter watching me.
I have to protect the brand. That's right.
My name is the only thing I have.
That's right.
Reason why I tell my girls, like, we're not doing none of that. We're not going to be known for the group that travels around the country sleeping with everybody else. We just not doing none of that. But we'll talk about that too. But yes, so being hated on that way, that was an extreme. But to be cut out of deals with individuals that you think are for you, to really, now I have not, cigar men, there's two types.
Okay, this is what I want to know. Yep.
There are those that think they're prettier than me.
Oh,
and there are those. There are those who think they know more than me, and so they come at me a lot. They come at me a lot to try to test my knowledge of cigar and what I do and how I do.
But you're not really the typical. Are you the typical female in the cigar industry? So you would be kind of like the exception, though.
I am to a certain extent, but there are, you already know, there are some that's like, yo, I'm gonna break her. Like she cannot be who she says she is. And I don't
think it's a challenge. They take it as a challenge.
They do. And I cut them down so gracefully.
You seem like the type to cut you down gracefully. Like you're gonna chop that tree down, but it's gonna fall so silently. You're gonna fall silently in the forest.
But again, in mental health, I'm dissecting. Like, why are you? I'm looking at body language. I'm looking
why
at
are you mad? Why are you big mad?
For real. You know what?
Right.
You ain't even gonna do this. I'm gonna pick any cigar on the table. You can have it.
Let's talk about the quality and the taste of cigars. Let's school the what am I?
Because I need to know, because I had bought this cigar from next door to the liquor store one time. They served chicken over there.
Black and Miles.
No. It was a cigar. It was a cigar. It was at the this, that, and the other. But anyway, that was a little bit ago. But I hit it like it was a cigarette. I hit it like a cigarette. I'm not even serious. Not even a joke. This is not even a joke. I hit it like a cigarette, and I have never been that sick in my life.
Oh gosh, yes. So let's tell us first, what are the different flavors? Because I hear, that there are certain flavors. There's, a medium, they're bold. What are those flavor distinctions?
Okay, so when we're talking about flavors, that's a different category. So there is a category of infused cigars. So that's what they're called, infused cigars. With infused cigars, there are different flavor notes within the infused cigars. Sweet, but blueberry, cherry, grape. Like there are infused cigars, and it's okay to smoke infused cigars. I have an infused cigar here for my beginners because the experience that Major has, a lot of individuals are afraid of cigars. But if I'm talking to you about a cigar and I'm telling you, you know what, and I know that they're like Major, oh, I can't, it just, oh my God, it was the worst. You know, I am so sorry you had that experience. But you know what? I'm Miss Novelty. I'm a cigar enthusiast, and I'm here to bring that old thing back. So here's what I'm going to do. Since I know that you had a bad experience, let me smoke a cigar with you. And let me explain how this works as I smoke it with you.
I'm down. I'm down. I am so down. I'm sold. I am sold. My God, I'm sold.
Let me smoke it with you. Yes, I'll smoke it with you. And I'm not even going to give you a whole cigar because I don't want you to waste it because you may not like it. All I want you to do is try it. Just try it. And I'll do it with you. And that's why I got the mini. So
those are the minis.
These are the minis, and this is called a brand called Tatiana, and this is an infused. So it's very, very light. It's sweet. It's very smooth, and you're not going to run away from it. So what I do for my beginner smokers is I take it out of the wrapper, and I'm going to show it to you. I know you said hold it up, and I'm going to do that, but this is like an Ebola type wrapper because they do not want you to get into it. Okay. So I take the wrapper off. Take the wrapper off. And you see, it's a mini. This is mini.
It is.
It's a mini cigar. This is called the head of the cigar, and this is called the foot. And what I do is I tell my beginners, I said, just do a dry pull. What's a dry pull? Well, you taste it? It's good, right?
Dry pull.
You see that, Major?
Do you when you dry pull, are you inhaling?
And nothing comes out. You just taste the flavor.
Yeah, I didn't do no dry pull.
You didn't do a dry pull.
So is that like a cigarello? Is that a cigarello? Is that what that is?
It's called a mini cigar. But
a mini cigar.
Well, it depends on your end user. So for someone like you, if you ask me at the table, is it a cigarillo? Whatever you identify it as, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that, but it's different because cigars are a luxury brand. So I want to take you out of the cigarillo and put you into cigars. So a mini cigar.
So Miss Novelty, let me ask you this. Now, if I'm walking around as a man and I'm smoking a mini cigar, am I going to get judged? And I'm being serious.
Right. So here's what I do for the men. Okay. And this is a cigar. Now, if you take this band off the cigar, it looks like a blunt. It looks like a blunt.
Right. It does. That's like correct.
Okay.
So if you're in a cigar lounge, then the band doesn't matter. If you're outside, because this is only a 10-minute smoke, it's gone in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Well, you're usually in an atmosphere where individuals are either smoking a cigar, or if you're not, they're going to smell it. So, and it's going to smell different. It's going to smell different. And I educate my individuals because before they leave, I said, what are you smoking? It's a mini cigar, right? Yes, it's a mini cigar, right? And this is a Tatiana, and the flavor is honey. Do you like honey?
I love honey.
Honey,
yes. You call me honey sometimes. So you have to have So Major, would you smoke a cigar if it was?
Yes, if it was introduced like that, I would probably smoke crack cocaine if you sold it to me in that fashion. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you sold it to me, Miss Novelty, I'm probably gonna smoke it down. But
that's right. She gonna reel you in, baby.
You are good. You are absolutely good. I mean, I'm captivated.
That's where being able to communicate effectively. I didn't come to you. Your wife wouldn't feel inferior because what I do is I offer her one too. I said because I want y'all to be able to smoke together on date night. So I don't smoke. Cool. Okay, well, if you smoke with him, how would you? And plus, if he's a cigar enthusiast and just a beginner cigar, but a cigar smoker and kind of new, I said, well, don't y'all have date nights? No, you can make a date night.
You can make it a date night.
And what I do too with couples is, which is something that people don't do, is if a lady comes up, and I get this often, and DiDi, you're one of those. I want to buy some cigars for my man. Oh, okay. Well, do you smoke? No, I don't smoke. Well, why don't you smoke? Well, I don't like the way it smells. Okay, well, I'm going to give you a minute. I'm going to teach you how to cut and light a cigar.
Yes.
So when you
let's see that.
Cut and light a cigar. So this is a menu. You don't have to cut and light this one. You could just light this because it's so small. So
yes, let's cut and light. Let's cut and light. I'm getting excited. Look at me. I'm like,
so I'm getting back to my little stick when I'm talking to the females. So you have you DiDi, let's do this. Okay. So you want to buy cigars for your husband?
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. So what does he like? Yes. Oh, I don't even know what he likes. Okay. Well, he likes this. All right. So I take the cigars and put it in the bag. Do you smoke? No. Why not? Well, is it okay? Well, let me teach you how to cut and light his cigar and make sure. What's his favorite? What's his favorite color? What's his favorite color? You tell me, DiDi.
Purple. Purple.
Okay. So make sure you have on something purple. Oh, when you cut and light his cigar. What does he like to drink? Now, if he's a bold cigar smoker, then he's going to like a bourbon. He's going to like a bourbon, a Woodford. You have that on a tray for him. And what he likes. So make sure you plan. You have to ask him that you like to drink, or if it's your husband, you know what he likes to drink. So make sure he has that. So you take the cigar cutter.
Oh my goodness!
So this is a V cutter. Okay,
that's a V. You said V cutter.
This is a V cutter. You see the shape of it? It's the shape of
right.
V. Okay.
Okay.
If you real nasty like Janet, you would associate that with the V.
Okay, yeah, because I didn't see a letter V. I'll be real with you. I didn't see.
So it's a V. It's a V cup.
I see the V there. Okay.
Now, what's the difference between? Is there another type of cutter?
Yes. So there's several different types of cuts. Okay.
Okay.
So as you see, this is the V cut. Okay, and this is the V cut. All right. So one is bigger and one is smaller. So this particular one here is for cigars that have bigger gauges, and gauges are the size of the cigar, the ring gauge.
Oh, okay.
This one, of course, I'm sorry, here we go, is for a smaller cigar.
Right.
Like such, okay? Now, the V cut typically, scientifically, is the best type of cut. The reason why, if you think about symmetry and science,
okay.
When you smoke the tobacco, when it's a V cut, you smoke the tobacco evenly and you don't change the flavor of the tobacco, because the enthusiasts want to taste the flavor notes within a tobacco. What are flavor notes? Flavor notes are the different type, the way that the tobacco is manufactured, the way that the tobacco is grown, what's put in the ground. The cigar could taste like leather, it could taste like wood, it could taste like spices, it could taste like chocolate. So those are flavor notes. So to a cigar enthusiast, when you smoke a cigar, and I'm going to get back to cutting it, the way that you actually taste the flavor notes is when you retrohale. So Miss Novelty, what is retrohale? So when you smoke a cigar, of course, you do not inhale, you don't swallow, you don't smoke it like, that other stuff. You don't smoke it like that.
Marijuana.
Yeah, we're good. I can say that. I didn't know. I just got
marijuana.
So we're going to go into cutting the cigar, and I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to demonstrate what retrohaling is. So you taste the smoke goes over your palate. What is your palate? The palate is there's 5 sections of your palate which are on your tongue. So there's sweet, sour, bitter, and then there's sanguine, and then there's another one. So if you think about it, when you hold your nose, you can bite into an onion and you don't taste it until you unhold your nose, right?
Right.
When you inhale the smoke in your mouth, you're going to blow it out of your nose. The smoke goes over your nasal sensories in your throat and go out of your nose. So you're able to taste the different flavor notes within a cigar. That's what makes a cigar good. You know what I mean? So if an individual says this cigar tastes like X, Y, and Z, you can't say no, it doesn't, because you don't have their palate. Okay. So there's a section on your palate strictly for meat and steaks. Did you know that? There's a section on your the tongue strictly for sugar and sweet. So there's a science to all of this, and I get just excited when I talk about it. So my favorite cut is the cut. Getting back,
and Levi said that's his favorite cut as well. So shouts out to Levi Q in the house. He said his favorite cut is the B cut. Yes.
It doesn't change the flavor of the tobacco. Now, it depends on your palate and how you like it. So there's the blunt cut as well, which is this. This is the blunt cut. And again, it's based off of the size of the cigar. So the blunt cut is where you take the cigar and you cut it right here at the head. If you see here, at the head of the cigar, right here. Okay, right, just the top of it. Now, again, smoking the cigar evenly is the caveat to again getting all the flavor notes. But again, who is to say? Who is to say? That's scientifically saying that the V cut is the best. So I'm going to continue on. This is the V cut. This is a box press cigar. Look at the shape. It's a box. It's press. And it's cigar porn. Cigar.
Yes.
Cigar porn. They just came out with this.
Okay.
This, of course, you see the different shape of the cigar?
The shape, and one is longer than the other one.
There you go. And even this one.
Oh, wow. That's a big one. That's a big
You see the different shades of the wrapper of the cigars, right? So this is a Maduro, which is the bolder cigar.
Yeah, it looks strong.
It looks strong.
It's dark. It's extremely dark.
Yes, and the reason why it's dark is because of the wrapper. The wrapper, there's three components of a cigar. There's a wrapper, the filler, and the binder. And the wrapper, in order for it to become this color, of course, there's a process. But if you think about a tobacco stalk, there's three leaves on a tobacco stalk, okay? The wrapper that makes the Maduro is the leaf that's closest to the top, is the one at the top. And the one at the top is the one closest to the sun. So it gets the most sun.
Educate.
Right? So that's why they call it the Maduro. It's the Maduro because it's the leaf that's closest to the sun. And of course, there's different processes to make it the flavor that it is. But this particular wrapper and this particular color of a cigar is called a Maduro. So there's only two types of cigars. There's a Maduro, and then there's a natural, and then there's millions of types up under that. Okay.
Gotcha. Now, is it an expensive? Is it an expensive experience?
Cigars are expensive, and listen, you got to pay to play.
So one cigar, give me an example. If I come in there like my first time, I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm trying to impress somebody who also don't know what they're talking about. And I'm like, give me your best cigar, right? If I come through to you, I say, give me your best cigar. What am I going to get, and what is it going to cost me?
So don't ever say that. Because don't ever say that because they're going to give you their best cigar. You're giving them the choice, of course, because you don't know. So what you say, I want a premium cigar with long filler tobacco. Okay. Now the long filler tobacco. If you think about a tobacco leaf, okay, this is a tobacco leaf. All right. When you roll a cigar, this is the meat of the leaf, correct? So what happens to the ends? You cut the ends off and you cut it and you roll it and you put all of that on there. You want this meaty part of the leaf. This is called a long filler. This is called the long filler of a tobacco, okay? The short filler tobacco are the sides that are cut off. They're scraps. They scraps and they remanufacture them. And then they put them in cigars that are not as premium as the long filler cigar. So you want a premium cigar with long filler.
Oh, I feel like my player game just went up 2 points at least.
Everybody's has. Everybody's schooling us.
Listen, in a cigar lounge, that makes a difference. That makes a difference. So the individual behind the desk at the counter, recommending you cigars are going to be like, oh, okay. So they're going to skip all of that over there and go to the good stuff because they're going to think you know what you're talking about. And from that point, you say, okay, let's get one of those premium cigars.
Oh my goodness. Oh, she's taking us to school. Now, what do you have going on for the new year? You're going to be doing some things, and you have a jam-packed schedule coming up. You're going to be in many places. But tell us what you have happening for New Year's.
So I'm going to do an event here in Raleigh for New Year's. So I'll be working New Year's. January the 6th, I'll be in, there you go. Yes. That's the individuals that are throwing the biggest CIAA party in Baltimore. That's March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. But around the new year, I'm going to be at this party and I'm going to have my novelettes with me. January the 6th, I have to be in LA for the grand opening of one of my colleagues, Rose Gold Reserve. He has a luxury line of cars that he sells to the stars out in LA. So he produced a cigar line. And so he's having his grand opening at his new, his new car dealership. And opening up and rolling out his cigar. So he's invited me to that grand opening. That's January the 6th. March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, as I said, I'll be at CIAA at the power plant, which is one of the biggest venues in Baltimore. I'll be there with the novelettes. We're going to be doing vending there, the exclusive cigar vendor there. March the 15th through the 17th, I will be in Houston curating the Puff and Duchess Women's Conference. So it's the second the second annual Puff and Duchess Women's Conference, and it's the second year and the first of its kind. Yes. So I sponsored the gala for that event last year, and the owner and actual curator of Puff and Duchess asked me to be co-curators with her this year. So we're coming strong, and my birthday is 4/20.
Your birthday is 4/20. What man, that is so good.
Major, stop. 4/20. Do I light a cigar now or what?
Go pick it up. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna light a cigar with you on your birthday if it's on 4/20.
Yes, but you guys have to come because I've decided that it's going to be a Love Jones reunion type party. So it's going to be all black tie affair for my birthday party. Love Jones, because we're celebrating the 30th year of Love Jones. So I'm talking with the individuals, the Lorenz Tate and a couple of the other stars of that. 100 Black Men of America. I'm going to be back there in Houston June. HBCU Sports Network golf tournament. I'm going to be there in August. I can go on and on. I can't even remember right now, but
a jam-packed calendar. So, oh my goodness, what an awesome show. Shouts out to Brandon Hill in the house. Rachel Lewis is with us. Rachel, Levi Q. Man, you guys are tuned in tonight because y'all also know that we're giving away that $100 as well. So if you have shared this live from Facebook, on your page, you will be put in a drawing for a $100 gift card. So Miss Novelty, tell everyone how they can stay in touch with you, your social media platforms, your website, so they can see your calendar and come out to some of your events and support you, and also purchase some of your merchandise.
Absolutely. Regarding the giveaway, I'll add $100 to that, so it would be $200.
Whoa! Okay, help me find out. We getting rich up in this thing.
Do that because I appreciate the opportunity. I put my money where my mouth is, and I support people. Period. So I appreciate the opportunity to share my story. You can find me on IG at the Miss Novelty Experience, or Novelty Cigar Bar on IG. Also, I have a website, www.noveltycigarbar.com. I also have a on IG called the brown_circle.com. And what that is a page where I promote brown businesses, not only brown businesses, but brown businesses that have female owners. So I want to get us out because we are the backbone of the family. We are the backbone. So whatever I can do to help us, that's what I'm going to do.
Wow.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Miss Novelty has just sponsored one of our $100 gift cards. So that is going to be $200, y'all. We are going to give that out next week after our show. I'm so excited. That is sponsored and brought to you by the Novelty Experience.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We're going to have you back on the show next season, and we're going to literally just kind of go down the list of how to smoke a cigar, what to do, making sure that you are looking the part, feeling the part, and enjoying the experience. So I can't wait to have you back on the show. Thank you so much.
It was my pleasure.
Yes.
It was. I love talking about us, and I love talking about cigars. So
I have thoroughly enjoyed talking to you. You are nothing at all like I expected you to be.
What did you expect?
I'm just saying, look, man,
look. That's the story too.
Hey, look,
you and Major gonna have a conversation.
Yeah, you. So the picture on your website, man, you look like you done had some bodies come up missing. I'm just saying that, like, you look like you could be a feature character on like a Power or a BET's.
You
Power
better know it,
something like that. But you are absolutely just like so pleasant and feminine, but strong. Like I can see everything, right. And I love that. I really enjoyed this.
Absolutely.
I know my position. Yo, I was born a female, but I was made a queen and a woman.
Ooh,
oh my God.
Come on now, what a way to close out. Thank you so much, Queen, for every single thing. Thank you for this exclusive. Thank you for sponsoring that $100. Oh my goodness. And thank you for schooling us today.
Absolutely. Anytime.
You, sister.
Thank you.
Best of luck on everything. You know what? You have doors and windows are going to just open. I touch and agree with you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Pray for me.
All right.
Thank you, my beautiful sister. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, what a show. Shouts out to Sean in the house. Deborah is in the building as well. Woo! My goodness. Well, wow. Major, you cannot have that extra $100 that Ms. Novelty.
No, I ain't even worried about it. DiDi. I'm going down to the welfare office, man. Y'all ain't gonna even hold you, man. I'm going right on down.
You going to see Puffy?
I'm going, I'm either that or the welfare office. I'm going to, my allegation on Puffy is gonna stick, or they're gonna give me some stamps, at least for the holiday.
At least for the holiday. Wow. So listen, guys, to reiterate, we now have $200 that we're giving away. All you have to do is share this Facebook Live to increase your chances of winning. Subscribe to the Let's Talk About It YouTube channel. Let's Talk About It with DiDi Skky. Like, share, and subscribe to that channel. Increase your chances of winning. We're giving away a big $200.
Yes.
$200 next week.
Absolutely. Courtesy of the Novelty Experience.
Novelty Cigar Bar. Novelty Experience partnering with us, man. And you talk about relationships and networking. Right. And that's absolutely what we did. We met and so I can attest to it, and I don't smoke. But I can attest that.
Hey, look, man, there's something sexy about that woman. That was sexy to me, man. I ain't gonna even lie to you. That was sexy as hell. I didn't expect it. I did not expect it. Dead serious, DiDi. You need to start smoking.
You should see her walk in the room.
I bet. My goodness.
She walked in the room at the cigar lounge, baby, and it just went up. It literally went up in smoke. She walked in, commanded her presence. She was bold. She was brilliant. She was beautiful. And baby, I'm telling you, so it was just an attraction when we connected. It was like, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I smoke cigars with her all night. I really would.
You know.
How do we exit this episode without getting demonetized?
I know. I don't have a cigar. But my family members smoke, and so I'm around it. I'm around it. And so I'm just grateful for the opportunity to have her on this show and to provide so much knowledge, information, insight. And so, wow, great show. Episode 19, boy, we are rounding it out with the best. You don't want to miss any episode. Our next week, is our final episode of the season before the holidays, and we're going to take a little break and come back with an even better show. But guys, it wouldn't be possible without you. Thank you all so much for tuning in, for supporting us and being here with us. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We are on your favorite streaming platform. So if you don't have an opportunity to actually watch us live, you can catch the show on your favorite podcast streaming service. You can catch us on, what is it?
It's Apple
Podcast,
Music, Spotify.
Yeah, iHeart, we're there. Yep.
And if you're on your Cashbox, I never heard of those until DiDi signed up for them. So I never knew what those was. Exactly. But we are all there as well. No disrespect to them. I just didn't know.
Right. So we're there.
So yeah, DiDi, if they were trying to hang out with you and see some of the crazy antics like the stuff that be on your social media, how would they do that? Because you do some off-the-wall stuff, man. I'm gonna be honest, like DiDi living her best life on TikTok. Y'all, if y'all don't know, please check her out.
I'm doing something, like.
Okay. I was waiting for the water dance. I'm surprised y'all haven't done that yet.
We haven't done that. When I get back with my TikTok Tuesdays, I like to have people with me. But yeah, I'm going to do, especially during the break, during the holiday break. I'm going to give you a couple of TikToks.
I need something. Yeah,
yes, but you can catch me on Instagram, Facebook, of course, TikTok, Twitter, which is now X. Really easy.
It's
DiDi Skky, DiDi Skky. Major, how can they check you out?
Well, they can check me out in person if you know where I live. But if you don't have that information, I'm on all social media platforms at Design by Major, where I'll be cutting up on a pretty semi-regular basis. But guys, I know we're at episode 19 and that episode 20 is the final episode of season 1, but that doesn't mean that we're disappearing, folks. We are still going to be hanging out with you as the Let's Talk About It podcast with DiDi Skky, but we're going to be walking you all into our podcasting journey while we are on our hiatus for the season. So you're going to still get to hang out with us. We're going to be just as beautiful and well put together as always. We're going to be talking to you guys about our first year of podcasting. Isn't that right, DiDi?
That's
because we have had some experiences in this first year of podcasting.
we have, but you know what they say, pain pushes us to our purpose. So those pains and challenges brought us right here, and it's only going to get better and better and better. And so again, it wouldn't be possible without you guys. Thank you all so very much. Remember, following us on Facebook, sharing this live, telling us in the comments that you shared it, having your friends and family go on over to that YouTube channel. I'm telling you, $200. And you can ask April, if yours truly, April, is still on here. We hold on to our word. We are people of our word, and we make sure that we get that money to you. So she was our winner of our first $50 gift card, but we're going to get you that money. I promise I will not let Major take it over. But you know what? This show was absolutely amazing. Again, shouts out to Miss Novelty and all that she is doing. You guys, I'm just overjoyed. I'm super excited. Yeah. So that's it. That's it for us tonight, y'all. You know what I say before I go for your goals, reach for the stars, because the sky has no limits. We'll see you next time. Good night.